Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to my YouTube. I know that this is early, but this is part of my Tuesday Technique Tuesday. And I can't believe that I've been doing it. It's been 2 years now that I've actually been doing these techniques. And I've been fortunate enough to find different techniques that basically are a little bit different. Some of them are like with a twist or that sort of stuff. And I haven't done this technique, and it was always on my radar. And then I kind of forgot about it. Anyways, I'm hoping that I will have some joining me because I do know that this is an earlier time. So, welcome to my YouTube Live and my Facebook Live. Remember that if you are on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribe below, hit that bell, and you'll get notified immediately when I do go live. The other thing is, if you are on my Facebook, make sure that you do like my Facebook. Unfortunately, I had to change my time today, and the reason being is I have a provost dinner that I have to go to tonight. So yes, it's just one of those days, excuse me, actually one of those weeks that there's so many different things going on. So we are going to tackle this technique, and like I say, it is a different technique, but I hope that you're going to like it. Remember, this is part of a live, so if I do talk with different people and you don't like that, just watch it on a replay, and then basically you can just scoot on by. Hello, Marie and Lorraine and Kay. All right, so I'm just going to go down to my desktop here. Now, this is a distress glue technique, but it's almost a glue resist technique. And it's kind of a fun technique, but there's a few things that didn't work as well as what I thought maybe it would have worked. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it. Now, if you don't like glue on your fingers, I would strongly suggest that what you do is you get yourself a rubber glove and do it that way. So all you're going to do is take a piece of cardstock, whatever size cardstock that you want to make that. Sorry, I'm just sort of fixing the camera. But whatever size, if you want to have it, if you want to have it where it's layered and you want a certain layer, make sure that you cut it before you do this particular thing to begin with. So what you're going to do is you are going to come in and like a piece of cardstock. I would use thick basic white. You could use basic white, but I think the thick basic white works the best. And all you're going to do is simply you're going to take your glue and you are just going to rub it around like this on a piece of cardstock. Whoops. And then all you're going to do is take your finger, and you're going to smear that. Pretty elementary, right? Now you can leave it where there's gobs of it, that sort of stuff. Now, you definitely want to have a cloth that's ready. Hello, Dolores. So I'm just going to take this off here. Now, the next part is really important, that you let this dry. And I think the longer you let this dry, the better off you are. But I do have a workaround with it. So I'm just going to put that off to the side because I went ahead and did a couple of these earlier so that there was at least some on there. Now, this happens to be a piece, I think it's 3.5, and it's got a lot of glue on it. You can see there's a lot of glue. Is it dry? I don't know. So we're going to come in and we're actually going to dry it a bit more with our heat tool. Now, I find when you do dry it that sometimes what it does is it bubbles. But I'm going to show you another way that we can also go ahead and get it so that it's always going to be tacky. I'm going to tell you that right now. Until you do this one thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your embossing buddy. I happen to have an old one. It looks like fun, no kidding. I happen to have an old one. You can tell that this one has been around for a while. And all you're going to do, and this does take the glue away, is you're just going to use your embossing buddy and just get it so that it's not going to be tacky. Now, another glue that you could use, and it is actually a different technique, and it was the original one that I was going to do, is cement glue. But I don't like the smell of cement glue. All right, so that is basically going to take that stick away. Let's just do that. There we go. And then we're going to come in with colors that we think that we want to have join there. So you could leave this, like if you use the cement glue, you could leave it in bigger blobs. But I am going to go and I'm going to use Petunia Pop and Pretty Peacock. Different color combination, right? But I think it'll work really well together. So I have Petunia Pop and I have my Pretty Peacock. So I'm just going to go in and I'm not going to do it all over it because I don't want it to get muddy. So I'm just going to go in and we're just going to, and see what that's doing is that's going to give it a bit of a swirl. You can kind of see here. And what it's doing is it's resisting where that glue is. And therefore giving us another different kind of a background. And you can never run out of too many ideas of what to have for a background. There's so many different techniques with backgrounds. So see, it kind of picks up some and it does other things with it. No two are ever going to be the same. So we're going to come in with a Pretty Peacock. Oh my goodness. And that looks really kind of neat, the way that that glue, see how it went there. And what it's done is it's changing the look of a background. So there is distressed glue resist technique. So it kind of pretty there. And it's not going to ruin your blending brushes. So I'm going to actually come in and get some darker on there. And I'm going to come back in with my Petunia Pop. Hello, Mashwari. And let's go in and just put some of that right there. And like I say, now what it's done is it's completely changed the look. Who'd ever think that glue would have done something like that? Hello, Felicia. So then at that point, that is the distress glue technique. So pretty simple card. It's going to be a simple card anyways. But what I wanted to do was just show you some of that different things that you can do with it. Now, I missed the name of... So what I went and did was I went and I took some more of that Petunia Pop. And this is a piece, let's see, I think we'll do it with this piece. This happens to be 4 by 5 1/4. And look at that. Pretty Peacock and Petunia Pop. What a beautiful combination. So easy. You're right, Lorraine. So easy. So what I did with this was that swirl. And I thought I had it. Oh, I do have it out. And it's called So Swirly Embossing Folder. It's a 6 by 8 inch embossing folder. And see, it's like that. And then we're going to put that on there. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my goodness, you guys. And then it's got some shine to it or some sheen to it as well. It's really different. It feels a little tacky. So I'm just actually going to come in a bit again with my embossing buddy. And let's go ahead and glue this. So now we have another use for our glue, right? Now this is it's a little I think with the glue, it curled it a bit. So what we want to do is we want to get it good and glued down. So I'll just do it and hold it. I didn't put the glue right to the edge because I don't want it to ooze out. I'm having issues with my glue oozing out all over the place. Thanks, Mary. And it is a pretty color combination. It's kind of like, of course, I've been using a lot of the Petunia Pop and the Summer Splash, but I think the Pretty Peacock just gives it a bit more of a darker. So I'm just actually going to come, and I think I did it on the distress side. And I'm just going to rub it down there. Pretty background, right? Oh, look. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. That's even a different sort of thing. It's funny how you come up with different things like that. So then I have a Pretty Peacock card base, 5.5 by 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to go fold that into the mountain. Like I say, when I do my techniques, it's not really the card that's the big focal point. It's more the technique that's the focal point. So then that's just going to go on there. Now we could have gone with a smaller piece of the Petunia Pop, but I wanted that swirl to show up because originally I had done the Petunia Pop at the this was 3 3/4 by 5, but then this one's 4 by 5 1/4, and that just shows off a little bit more. And so when I was doing this, I've got to show you, I did try it out on another piece, and I had done it a little bit bigger. So you can see everything changes. Now I could have gone in and put some more, and I'll use this, but it's rather interesting how that showed up like that. Let's go ahead and glue this on now. So it's just going to go on to there. Yeah, fun technique and pretty. All right, then I went and I thought, well, let's just do sprigs. We can't really do too much stamping. So I went and I took my ThouWishes dies, and I used the big one, and I used the glimmer paper, and I cut that piece out. And look at that. Oh my goodness, you guys. I really wish you could see how pretty this really is. And then I thought, oh, I kind of need something else on there. So I thought I'd put in a tiny bit of the silver foil. So the silver foil is brand new, and I am a big fan already. It's kind of a, not a brush silver, but kind of a matte silver. So it's a little bit different. So let's just go. This I could probably almost, whoops, you know what? I'm just going to flick this out. And I'm okay leaving some of that stuff in there. I'll just come in with my take your pick tool. And I could use the brush. But I keep forgetting about that part. Usually this, I haven't got my glasses, so. Okay, so let's just go and put some of this on here. Like I say, I'm not going to worry too much about getting all those pieces out. I really like this sprig. It's so nice and big, and the other ones are quite a bit smaller. It works really well when you do it and combine it with the Unbounded Beauty. But oh man, that looks so pretty. This Petunia Pop and this glimmer paper are to die for. And then I'm just going to put this silver on top. So remember, tomorrow the PDF file will be on my Facebook group. So there's a link to the group, and it'll be on my group. So you need to be a member of that group to get this. This happens to be technique number 102. like I say, it was about 2 years ago today that Kathy went and said, "Why don't you?" And that's what's happened with it. Now, I also went, I like these dies here. These are the Unbounded Love dies. And I like this one. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to go, where is that? Oh my goodness. I have that. And I also have a couple of these ones on the back. Now, here they are. I knew they were on here. So I thought I'd put that on there, and that's going to kind of tie it all in together. And of course, because I'm doing that, what I have to do is I have to go with my embossing, and I'm going to use the word celebrate. Where is that? Celebrate from this Unbounded Love. I like mixing all of them together. I think it's really amazing how you can just keep mixing all of them together. Hi, Jan. And then we're just going to go and put this Celebrate on here. And originally I was going to use white embossing powder, but that's kind of silly when I've got the silver on there. So I'm just going to come in with my silver. I haven't used silver in a long time. Now, I am using the old embossing powder until the new embossing powder comes in, which will be coming in, they figure, by the summer. And it's a detailed embossing powder, which means it's a little bit finer. So I'm just going to come in. Let's see, where's that? All right. So I'm just going to use my embossing. Just get this. So it's going to have the silver on it. I haven't used silver in forever. All right. So then we'll come in, and I'm kind of out of my big black dimensionals, so I'll use this because it's a dark color. So I'll just put this onto the back. So we're going to use the littler ones. Let's go. This is just going to go onto here. So now I wish we still had some of that silver trim. We do happen to have. Hello, Ina. I have not seen you in such a long time. Hello, Susan. Okay, like I say, this happens to be Pretty Peacock, and I think what we can do is we can kind of loop this. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, my ribbon scissors are upstairs. Getting my product shares together. So just loop this. Probably didn't cut that long enough. Let's just do that again. Now, it's kind of hard to tell the right and wrong side on this, but because I'm doing the looping, you're going to kind of have it where you're going to see it. Some of the back and some of the forward, or the back and the front of it. So there, we'll just go in and put that in there. Now, I have two choices. There we go there. I have two choices. I could use these. I could use my resin dots. I could also go ahead and use the basic black and smoky slate. And you know what? I think I'm going to keep with all this with the silver. And use the smoky slate one on here because it'll kind of all tie it together. There we go. These would look really pretty as well. Like I say, I'm mixing up a whole pile of different sweets here. So it just shows you don't have to have just certain things. You pick what you like and you go from there. Now, I also have an inside piece. There. So we're going to go ahead and let's see. Thoughtful expressions. Whoops, it's not thoughtful expressions, it's thoughtful wishes. Let's go ahead and just put one of those sprigs on the inside. And I think to tie it all in, I'm wondering, oh, thank you. Should I use Pretty Peacock or should I use, the leaves are kind of green, so maybe I'll use the Pretty Peacock. And let's just go ahead, let's put some of that there. There we go. We'll put that in and check that background out. Oh my goodness, it almost looks an awful lot like another one that I had done the other day, but I had used Summer Splash on that one. Like I say, this is Distress Glue Resist technique. People have asked me where I get some of my techniques from. I will tell you, I visit an awful lot of artist sites, and that's where I do get a lot of different ones from. Right. So there we go. So this will be posting tomorrow at 9:05 on my page, 9:05 Pacific time. So you can get the PDF. This is episode number 102. And then basically what you can do is go there and download it and print it off. All right, so if you like that, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. I really do appreciate it. Tomorrow I'll be going live with the mystery challenge. I'll be posting the clues around noon tomorrow. Then join me at 3 o'clock Pacific time and we'll make a card using the clues. Now, the way I do my mystery is I basically pick 3 things, and almost everybody has that in their own stash. So you can go ahead and do your own card. And then, of course, I do draws for either a tutorial if you live outside of Canada, or if you live inside of Canada, I give I give a product. Awesome, you guys. So again, thank you for joining me. If you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Remember to create, because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.